Good morning, good morning, good morning, my good people. Good morning, good morning. Welcome to Trade Genius Live. I am your host, Trend Genius. And man, we back. We back for another one. How y'all feeling this morning? Good morning, good morning. Yo, Jedwar, yo, Taylor Pruitt, good morning, good morning. How y'all feeling? Let me know how y'all feeling in the chat this morning. Jerome, I'll get to that. Good morning, Jerome. I got your question. Let me know in the chat how y'all feeling. Tapping in here, give everybody a little time to jump in. Super Spaceman, what's up? Feeling good. That's what's up. That's how we want to come to the charts. Feeling good. Awake-ish. I like it. Awake-ish. Boy said I'm awake-ish, but I'm awake. Good morning, S Black. Top of the morning. How y'all feeling, man? How y'all feeling? Let me know. I'm just putting something together here on my other screen. Y'all let me know how y'all feeling in the chat. Give me them free likes. Give me them free likes. Ready to go. Ready to go get it. That's what I'm talking about. Ready to go get it. I love it. Good morning, Twyla. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks for tapping in. Uh-oh. We got Miss 15-Minuter in here. I see you. I see you. Positive. That's how you feeling. Positive. That's what's up, Anonymous Trader. That's what's up. I got your joint too, just to let you know. I got your joint. We gonna rock. I saw it in there. Just had a little rough one yesterday. Afterwards, pain was kicking my butt. Good morning, Kickabug. DJ. Good morning, brother. I'm glad to see you. It's my brother right there. Glad to see you, man. Glad to see you. That's a multitasking dude right there. Man, I couldn't. If I sat back and tell y'all would think I'm lying. How much this dude multitask. That's my guy. Thanks for tapping in, brother. You know, it's always good to see. You know what I'm saying? Your very familiar faces. And my brothers at the same time. That's what's up, Kickabug. Feeling good, ready to tackle these charts. I'm with you there. I'm with you there. We got about 11 minutes and change to the open. I'm just doing a little something on my other screen. Like I said, I had a rough one yesterday afterwards. Just dealing with a little bit of pain. So I ain't really get too much done. I got enough done to get going, but I didn't get all the things done that I wanted to do. So yeah, so I'm just finishing up just a couple of little things on the other screen, but we good though. I'm here, I'm tapped in. It ain't nothing gonna stop. Good morning, Eugene. That's what's up. Without prejudice, all good. That's what's up. I appreciate that. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best over here to, you know what I'm saying, to keep it all together. And I'm gonna keep it together. Just, I don't know, man. It was weird in the middle of the night, man. And just even yesterday, like I was just dealing with just some pain and stuff like that. I just wanted to just lay down. You know what I'm saying? How my mic sound? My mic good? I should be pretty good. My mic should be pretty good. Let me know. I think my mic is good. Yeah, my mic is good. I just got to remember to project my voice a little bit. Sometimes I can talk a little low. But yeah, just a little, it's as expected. You know what I mean? It's as expected. I'm not gonna try to thank you, Jay Royal. I'm not gonna try to, you know what I mean, try to, do too much at the moment. You know what I'm saying? I'm still working through, this little small hiccup, but I'm dealing with it. It's good. I honestly don't have no complaints. So let me say that right now. I ain't no complaints at all. Just trying to give y'all a state of, just what's going on. I always feel like it's important that y'all know what's going on with me, because the transparency for me is everything. But yeah, so all right, got that done. I just had to do a couple of things on my chart that I just didn't get done. And when I woke up feeling good. Thanks, Serena. Appreciate that. But yeah, I woke up feeling good. Honestly, I was feeling good. Just, just the normal things of when you have a surgery. I mean, it's pain, right? That's what we all deal with. I'm not big on taking narcotics. So for me, when I have pain, I just pray on it, and literally I just pray on it and I just deal with it. I don't pop pills. I don't, like, they gave me that Norco hydrocodone stuff. Like, I ain't taking none of them. Taking that crap. You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, I'm not taking that. And Melanie, I wanted to tell you, I didn't forget about, you asked me to give you a breakdown on a trade yesterday. I'm gonna get that to you. I didn't forget about you. When I got off the when excuse me, when the stream ended yesterday, I was like, dang, I didn't get back to Melanie. Just to let you know, like I don't forget too much. I just, moving a lot of things going on at the moment, but I ain't forget you. I got you. But yeah, so like I said, dealing with the pain, I just pray on it, man, and I just, be more. What's good, brother? Thanks for tapping in. Glad you're here, bro. Good morning. P7249. Good morning. About 8 minutes to the open, y'all. 8 minutes to the open. Hope y'all got y'all charts up. Y'all ready? Y'all hit me them. Give me them free likes, y'all. Give me them free likes. If you haven't subscribed to the channel. It just helps push the content out so we can reach more people. You know what I mean? And get this good word out. This good trading fellowship we got going on up in here. For real. And my voice sounds a little deeper today. I don't know. I had the fan on. I had all kind of like stuff going on. I was hot and I was cold. It is what it is. But yeah, like I was stating, like I don't take narcotics. I don't do that stuff. People like, just take the pain pill. I'm cool. I'll deal with it. I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? Like, football player. We used to dealing with pain. That's what it is. Toure Carter. Good morning. Juju. Good morning. Serena says she's ready. That's what's up. Yeah, if y'all looked at, kind of just talking about the charts, if y'all looked at last night, man, like, whew, like, NQ just went bananas last night. I'm like, I guess that's, all the stuff going on with Morning Holy Spirit Studios. I like that name. Let me get a look. Let's check this out. So last night, like, price just, look at that. So last night's open was here. And as you can see, like, price just shot down. We talking, how many points is that? Let's see here. We opened at 25, basically, and we are down now roughly, we went down now roughly a little over 600 points last night. Crazy overnight session. I know they banked last night. Yeah, they banked last night. That's unreal. That is unreal. Like, man, like, wow. I'm like, oh, the Asian market, they got their bread in last night. If they just went short and just held, man, they went crazy. That's what's up. Got about 6 minutes to the open. But yeah, like I said, my night, whatever. Even yesterday, like, I just needed to just lay it down for a little bit. Think a lot of stuff going on. And what is this? This is like 1, 2, 3, 4. It's like day 4 after day 4 post surgery. So I definitely need it. I know it's you know what? It's so funny. It's always one of those days because I had like some of y'all that know I had got my right. Excuse me, my right. I had got my right one done as well. I got to take care of my right foot as well, and like, it's always one of those days that was just real tough. And I think yesterday was that day. And then after that, it kind of just smooths out. So regardless, I'm a tough cookie. so I'm a I'm gonna tough it out. You know what I mean? I don't take no pills, man. I just don't do that. That's just not what I believe in, and that's just, and it's not like a religious thing or anything like that. Just what I believe from my temple. This is my temple, right? It's our temple, right? So without this, I'm nothing. So I try to keep this as clean as possible. And you think about it, I say temple because if you ever been to a temple, you don't see no trash, you don't see no dirt, no dust, no nothing. They're super clean, pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I like to keep my insides. So that's just my little thought process on that. My temple. So I ain't about to put a whole bunch of trash down in it. So with that said, what y'all looking at? What y'all looking at today? Just curious, what y'all looking at? Y'all, what biases we got going on? Y'all thinking we going bullish? We gonna continue on bearish? What y'all think? About 4 minutes, about 3 minutes and change to the open. What y'all think? Let me know in the chat. We going bullish, bearish? What y'all think? I agree with you. I do the same. Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. Gotta take care of yourself. Those narcotics are not good. Not good at all for your liver. None of that stuff for your stomach. If you go do the research on pain pills and just medications in general, DB bottom on the 5 minute. Okay. Renee Baker, good morning. Good morning. Yeah. Y'all go do the research on that stuff. Bullish. Okay. We feeling the same sentiment. That's what I'm thinking too. That's exactly what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we're gonna have some crazy bullish momentum considering how bearish we were overnight, and I'm only assuming that we're gonna recover a lot of this right here. But once again, it's just our bias. We're not married to it. So, we'll see what the market gives us. Hopefully y'all got y'all. Did you get that? The 8% yet? I did not, only because like I was telling everybody, when I got done yesterday, I was just dealing with some pain and I pretty much like laid it down. So I did not finish it, and that's my apologies. I will definitely get it done. Today should be a better day. I just didn't have a really, really good day afterwards. And I think it was because my foot was down during the whole episode yesterday. And then I had a couple of phone calls. After that, I was like, it's time to lay down. And honestly, like I laid down. I only ate once yesterday, drank a couple of glasses of water, and that was it. Like literally I ate one time, and I ate real early, possibly like before 5. I ate and then I just laid it down for the rest of the day. We will, and that's the thing that, it burned me up because I didn't really get a chance to get that. It's like, like I'm a man of my word, and when I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do something. But I would definitely for sure have it tomorrow, and I will for sure have it tomorrow. And I'm gonna say it again, I will for sure have it tomorrow, because when I get done, that's what I'm going to do. I'm gonna finish it up. I started it, I just didn't finish it. And basically, it's something real quick. And still not up on the screen. I'm not sure what you're speaking of. Good morning, Alfie. What's up, brother? All right. We are a few minutes from, so a few seconds from market open. You're leaning bearish. Okay, Melanie. So you're thinking price is going to continue on. Got you. Hey, ain't nobody wrong in here. Let me say that. Ain't nobody wrong. So we'll see. We'll see what we get. We'll see what we get. Where we at? We got about 19 seconds. 607. Let's see what we got. 24,607. I'm kind of look like for me, I may run that same play that I ran yesterday. Without prejudice, you a nut. She said it still ain't up on the screen. Yeah. That is so funny. What you say, it still ain't up on the screen yet. I didn't catch that, but yeah, got you. That's so funny. Hey, all right. Watch this big clunky looking boot gonna be up here tomorrow. Y'all gonna be like, man, get that thing out the way. I can't see the charts. That's too funny. I love it. That's right. Keep me smiling. I love it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna run that. I think I may run that same play that I ran yesterday, where I took like a parallel channel, pretty much like a parallel channel breakout. because as you can see, like it's kind of almost like pretty much what it did yesterday, right? And then I took the break of this right here, and market is open. And let me throw my limit order in there. So I'm set for that. I'm gonna run that. We in it. Let me set my stop loss. Here we go. Actually, stop loss of me is going to be, yeah, I'm gonna take the more conservative one, which will be here. I mean, you can also take this one as a stop loss, but to be conservative, I'm gonna take it here. And that's the one that I'm running. Price just tapped the 100 EMA. Yeah, absolutely. For me, that would be I believe that's my 50. I always get my little colors confused. That's my VWAP. I don't know why I get my colors confused. But yeah, so let's see what we got. All right, see what price want to do. We got a little rejection off of that, off of the VWAP. If you have the 100 EMA on your chart, then I'm sure that's what you're probably seeing. The blue line is my 50. Yellow line is my VWAP. That's what I have on my chart, and I use the SMA, simple moving average. So, yeah. So we're gonna see what this trade does. Let me see here. 8. Yeah, this would be the more conservative stop loss right here. So trade is on. Let's see here. I'm probably looking to, oh, darn it. Let's see here what I'm in. Oh, I didn't even pay no attention, y'all. I did not pay no attention. I am only in on one contract. Okay. All right. It's all good. That's what happens when you show up late. That's what happens when you show up late. Well, hey, at least I got a small risk. If y'all know, I usually trade 5 micros, but I'm in on 1 micro. So hey, at least I'm in on. At least I didn't over leverage. Hey, you gotta have some humor in it, right? At least I didn't over leverage. Now I could set another 4 micros here to get my 5 in, but you know what I'm saying? I'll just rock with the I'll rock with the 1 micro. So yeah, like I said, at least my risk is low. At least that's low. But yeah, get this other chart popping over here. But yeah, I'm expecting a little resistance through here. Like I said, VWAP, we got a little rejection off the VWAP, and we got a reversal zone here. So we'll see. But yeah, 1 micro, playing it safe. That was that, and y'all know that wasn't on purpose. Like I said, I trade 5, so but it's cool. It is what it is. Hey, like I said, my risk is low. I didn't over leverage. And yeah, and talking about yesterday's trade. Yesterday's trade was pretty much kind of similar. This is a strategy I learned from from one of our coaches. It's like called a parallel channel breakout. And there's a bunch of confluences. That's something that we'll have to go over like on another day because it's a lot to discuss. And I don't want to take up the whole time just on that. But when we start talking strategies, because I do have a plan on schedule of like different things that I want to talk about. And then one day we'll talk about some strategies. And then we'll talk about this strategy, talk about, how it works, what it does. How can I try red and green lines you have on the charts? So basically, to get red and green lines, what you'll do is you can you can go here and hit this little plus button, right? And you see right here, it says draw horizontal line. You can click that, and then up here, you can change the color. So right where it has line tool colors, you hit that, and then you can just choose any color you want. And and you can lock it in where it won't move off your chart. You can remove it. You can add text. That's how you would add text. You can choose the color of the text you want. That's how I got this 8% line right here. Real simple. Real simple. Let me just go and delete that off. Yep, but that's how you would do it. So yeah. But yeah, this is pretty much a similar trade to what I took yesterday. It's called the parallel channel breakout. And basically, you're basically going for the break of the parallel channel. Your entry would be at the what we call change of character. So you're welcome, no problem. So, and then there would be other confluences that you would add into it. And basically, I wouldn't call it like a reversal. It's just it's just the way it was taught to me. It's a parallel channel breakout. So, that's pretty much how, the way this particular coach, how I learned it. I jumped in his boot camp just to learn a little something different. If y'all remember, I was talking about a strategy that I started learning that was similar to what I was already trading, and this was that strategy. It's NQ. It uses daily levels. Y'all know the pink lines on my daily levels. These blue lines are unmitigated. They're reversal zones. He uses 2 kinds of reversal zones in it. So, with that said, it's a pretty cool strategy. I've just been, I've been playing with it a little bit. Haven't traded it a lot. Did a lot of back testing on it, and of course going over the resources that I got. But yeah, it's a I ain't gonna say it's pretty cool. It's a good strategy. It's definitely a good strategy. And at some point in the episode, like when I had one of the episodes that, not the next one, but one of the episodes that I have where we're talking about strategies, we'll definitely talk about that. Absolutely. So, explain to y'all what I'm doing today. So, on these particular prop firm accounts that I trade, because I have a strategy on how I trade them. So, one of their rules is you have to have 5 profitable days of at least $100 to be eligible for a payout. So usually what I do is I run it up. I pick a day, I run it up. That day was yesterday. Y'all remember I did like 700, almost $800 in 10 accounts, or actually 13 accounts, 10 sim funded. 3 of those were evals. And so I always run it up on a day. And that account already, because the max you can take out with these accounts that I have is like $1,000 on your payout. That's the max you can take out per payout. So my strategy is I'm not going to run it up and have like $3,000-$4,000 in there. I always run it up to about a little over 2,000 over the buffer, between 2 and 3. And I trade after that. I'll trade my 5 days of 100, have my 5 100 profitable days. And then I'm eligible for a payout. And then I take $1,000 out. And then what that does is that allows me to stay profitable at the same time and reach my little threshold. Oops, not 4. We want 1. Reach my threshold and then still be able to take my payout. So that's pretty much how I run those. You got to have a strategy when you're running prop firms, based on the rules, based on everything that they have going on. You always want to remember that. So you use their rules to create your strategy on how you're gonna go about getting payouts and those kinds of things with the rules that you're dealing with. So because the way their rules are, like I stated, it doesn't make sense to run it up have like all this money in there. I could have took my 100 and missed it. It's all good. What you don't want to do is you don't want to have a whole bunch of profit sitting there if you can only take out a particular amount, right? It just don't make no sense. So what you do is you run it up, you get yourself over that buffer, a substantial amount, right? So when you take out that profit, like that max profit, for me it's 1,000, then you still have enough room where you're over the buffer and you're not putting your accounts in jeopardy of drawdown. So that's something that I came up with, and it really, really works for this particular prop firm. And it's the prop firm is my funded futures. You know what I mean? I trade all multiples. TF is my bread and butter. But I trade particular strategies on those, and I haven't traded my TEF accounts like at the moment right now, because I'm actually got a couple things that I'm trying to do. So I trade and then I don't, with this crazy price action and news and all of that stuff, I really, really, really am super protective of those accounts. So I like to trade them when things are not so volatile. That's just how it is, because there are already funded accounts, right? So no evals or nothing like that. And I just want to just, make sure I keep my account safe. So there's two particular accounts that I'm not trading. TEF is one of those, just at the moment. Some better price action. I mean, look, we're way below the 8% line. It's a lot of stuff going on. So I'm keeping them safe. I already said after the war and all of that stuff that was going on this weekend that I probably wasn't going to trade my TF accounts this week. And I'm not saying for y'all not to. I have a lot of accounts, so I pick and choose. And then I'm working on getting my payout for these particular accounts right here. So I wasn't prepared. We always talk about being prepared. If I would have had my limit order set, I would have hit my little $100 that I needed to make. I would have been out of this trade, and I would have had my one eligible day already done. Actually, it'd have been two, counting yesterday as well, because yesterday we did over 700 on that trade. So yeah, so that's how I trade those. That's my strategy. So if you're wondering, like, why would I only take $100? Like, that's why I would only take $100. No sense to run it up anymore. I'm already right at almost $3,000 over the buffer. So do my 5 day. Well, after today, if this trade is profitable, after today, I'll have 3 more days, and then I'll take out $1,000 out of 5 accounts. So that'll be like a 5-band hit real quick. And then I'll just, rinse and repeat. And then my accounts will be still at 51, basically almost 52. So I'm still like 2,000 over the buffer once again. So same thing, run it up a little bit, and then repeat the same process. Then do my days of making my $100 to meet the payout threshold and take another payout. Real simple. Those are my rules. I keep it simple. If y'all know, like, how I trade and what I always talk about keeping trading simple, that's pretty much how I do it. So, but going back to not being prepared. See, I wasn't prepared, and that can possibly cost me, because if I had this set and I had everything going, you know what I mean, I would have got my $100 profit for the day, and I would have been one and done, and we would have just been talking about some other stuff. So it's always very important to be prepared. I'm glad I can be an example for that, because think about it. I just could have possibly messed up my payout threshold, messed up a payout. Not a payout, but messed up one of my days to be eligible for a payout. You know what I'm saying? So you always want to be prepared. And like I said, because of what was going on yesterday, usually I do like get all my stuff kind of set up as far as like having the right contracts in there. As y'all see, I'm only in on one micro. That wasn't on purpose. That was actually by mistake. So got to show up to the charts prepared. Just always remember that. And I'm glad I can be an example to show y'all. So, but yeah. So, and the good thing is why I like to run it up also. So if I do have a non-profitable day, I'm still good. Like my accounts are still good. I'm still over the threshold. I'm still over the payout threshold. I still got the buffer there. So I can just come back tomorrow. I can still do my $100, get my $100 profit, and be good. Yeah. So, there it is. Like, that's my strategy on how I trade those particular accounts. So yeah. So let's see here. We're gonna let that cook for a little bit. Y'all on the charts, y'all know where it's at. My take profit is at 24,660.25. Stop loss is 24,444.25. So let's jump to the question of the day, man. Let's get that popping. Let's see what we talking about on question of the day, because I don't like really like watching the charts like that. That's just not how I trade. Like I put it on, I just let it do what it do. Like, cause like we talked about yesterday, like once you're in the trade, like that's it. Ain't nothing we can do. We in it. So anybody in anything? Curious? Anybody in anything? Straighten this up a little bit. Anybody in anything? If y'all in something, let me know what y'all in. What y'all price points? I ate today, I'm done. That's what I'm, see? That's a real trader right there, y'all. That's a real trader right there. What do you say? I ate today, I'm done. Don't need to do nothing else. Why? Why would he go back into the market? Literally, why would he go back into the market? Oh, that's what's up, Serenia and Longs. That's what's up. That's what's up. I think I think we're in the right direction. 100 cons long up 1.2 million. Cut that out. Are you on a demo? Not yet waiting right now. Okay. Yeah, waiting right now. Not yet waiting right now. Gotcha. That's what I thought you meant. Yeah. Yeah, like nothing yet, no setup. That's what's up. No setup. You just sit on your hands. But yeah, going back to my guy Denny, like he said, he ate today. He done. Like, why would he go back into the market? That's ridiculous. NQ buys TP at 24,762. Oh, right here, 24,762. Gotcha. Oh, right at this little fair value gap. Gotcha. Yeah. So, Denny ate today. Like, why would he go back into the market? You know what I'm saying? Like, that don't make no sense. Like, he got his money. He ate. Shut it down. Not liking price action, not lining up with my strategy. Makes sense. Hey, if it doesn't line up with your strategy, sit on your hands. Don't force nothing. Yeah, don't force anything. That's smart. That's what we talked about, right? That's exercising. Hit my camera, y'all. I'm tripping over here. I got this big boot. Let me fix this. Let me fix it. All right, there we go. All right, so already hit my daily profit, about to throw the computer in the closet until tonight or in the morning. Okay. Throwing it in there in the good. You're not right. You're not upset now. You're just saying, I'm just about to just put it up. I'm done. Gotcha. Yeah. So, but yeah, why would, excuse me, y'all, my thing kind of glitched out a little bit. With this big boot, I actually hit my camera, my tripod, or whatever. Surgery life. But yeah, why, like Denny said, why would he go back into the market? You know what I mean? He done. That's a real trader right there. He's smart. He's protecting his capital. Things we talked about, keeping his account safe. He got his money. He don't need to go back into the market. He ain't trying to give nothing back. You know what I'm saying? So, question of the day today is, if you had to size down by 50% today, would your strategy still work? If you had to size down 50% of your strategy, if you had to size down by 50% today, meaning if you had to size down like 50% of your contract, so whatever you traded, if you traded half of that and you size down, would your strategy still work? So if reducing your strategy ruins, if reducing size ruins your strategy is not good. Let me just say that. It's not good. And you're relying on adrenaline, is what I would say. If reducing size ruins your strategy, I would say take a look at your strategy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you need to implement something better. Because if just by sizing down 50% shouldn't ruin your strategy. All it would do is just lower your risk. That's it. And your strategy is still there. Case in point, today, I trade 5 micros. I'm only in on 1. It's not. I reduced more than 50%. I reduced actually 80%. and my strategy is still good. Like I can still make the money I need to make, you know what I'm saying, and be good for me with just one con. So just something to think about. And oversizing comes from comes from like having an emotional attachment. You know what I mean? So oversizing, we shouldn't be oversizing. Y'all notice I trade 5 micros. That's half of a mini. So that right there in itself lets you know, like, I'm trying to keep everything, keep my account safe and not over leverage. And also too, you saw, I ate off them 5 micros yesterday, right? I ate off them. Made 700 real quick. And actually, yesterday, if y'all know, I left a runner and I closed out on that runner. Y'all know I got a phone call, right? I got a phone call from my coach, mentor, and big brother. And he got on my ass about that too. For real. Like he got on my ass about that. He asked me. I'm gonna tell y'all what he asked me. He asked me, we let runners run. Like, what are you doing? What is that? That's what he said to me. And you know what? He was right. Why I did it was because I was just trying to show y'all about being conservative. But honestly, I could let the runners run. I had already showed y'all conservatism when I banked the 4 contracts, and then I was supposed to just let the runner run. So y'all saw what price action did yesterday, right? Price action like took off. So if I had let that runner run, I probably would have made another $300, but it's okay. No harm, no foul. But the point of that is, like my big brother said, like, what you doing? Like, we let runners run. We don't close out runners. That's why it's called a runner. That's how it got its name. A runner runs. So I wanted to say that. I wanted to make sure that I was transparent about that. And it was important for me to say that to y'all because, like I said, I had to share that. But yeah, he got on my ass. So, and I appreciate him for that. Let me say that. I appreciate him for that. Like, I wasn't in my feelings because he was telling me the right thing. Like, I'm not about to argue with common sense. That would be idiotic, right? So I took my pill, took my licking. I told him, hey, it won't happen again. Enough said, it won't happen again. That's my word. So, but, what account sizes do I trade? I have 20, 25 Apex, 25K Apex. I have 13 50Ks. 3 of those are evals. 10 of them are sim fundeds. I have 5 150Ks and I have 2 100Ks. And I trade all different strategies with those. I don't trade them all together. I don't trade them all on at the same time. I don't trade them every day. I trade them with particular strategies, and depending on what's going on in the market, like my and I have my TF accounts as well. So with my TF accounts and my Apex, I keep them. Those are like my newborns in the sense of like I treat them with like super. I treat them with just like the utmost like delicacy. Like those are my delicate accounts. I don't trade them all the time. Yeah, I gotta see. I need some good news, some good price action. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of that I have to see when I feel comfortable in trading those. And when I trade those, I only trade those by themselves. When I trade my TF, it's only my TF accounts. And when I trade Apex, it's only my Apex accounts. Take profit, my funded futures, I trade them together. My 150Ks, I trade them to, by themselves. And the 100Ks, I trade them by themselves as well. Because like I said, it's a strategy that I use for each. And those are things that we'll get into as we go on. You know what I'm saying? As we go on and we go through these episodes, those are things that I'll definitely be talking about. We have news at 7. So in 5 minutes, we have news. Well, okay. Thank you. What's your risk management on 25? See the 25Ks, there's only 1,500 drawdown on the 25Ks. So with those, that's why I'm real delicate with those. And what I do, I size down on those. I don't take, yeah, it should be one for real. One contract, not one mini. I'll do like two micro. I'm micros. I'm micros. So I'll do like 2 micros, 3 micros, something like that. I do half of what I normally trade, which kind of goes into, like I said, if you had to size down 50% today, would your strategy still work? I can say yes, my strategy would still work. And hopefully yours should too. So just remember, smaller size means clearer thinking, better execution. You're not all stressed out, because if I was in 5 micros right now, let me just jump back there. If I was in 5 micros right now, this would be, I don't know, $600. Yeah, if we had 160 already in drawdown off of 1 micro, just add 4 more to that of 170. So I will be down pretty considerable. Not that that's a big deal, but this was a huge stop loss too. But I definitely would have got in on 5 micros. I would have already took my $100 profit here, but we talked about that. Wasn't prepared, didn't have everything set. That's why you always got to come to the charts prepared every day. It happens. We're human. We got life going on outside of trading, and that kind of thing happens. So the news today is we are at today's Tuesday. So we are, yeah. So actually, news already happened. I was looking at tomorrow's news, Wednesday. Today's Tuesday. Yeah. So we're good. Actually, we had nothing today. Some yellow stuff going on. FOMC, a couple of FOMC speakers speaking. That's about it. So if we're in a trade, we're safe. Tomorrow, we got some stuff going on tomorrow. So we'll look into that tomorrow, 5:15 and 7 a.m. Remember, these are Pacific time. So we're good. Done for the day. Just hit 2K. Nice. That's what's up. Yellow King. You got your bread, so close your charts, man. Close them up. Close them up. Close them up. Log them out. Log out. You can leave your charts open, but I definitely will log out of my accounts. But that's what's up. Done for the day. One and done. That's what we want. One and done. So we'll go back to talking about this question of the day. So I want to ask y'all, would your system still make money if you had to size down to 1 micro? Let me know in the chat. Would your system still make money, meaning your strategy, would it still make money if you had to size down to 1 micro? Let me know in the chat. To plug in my other laptop. There we go. Y'all let me know. Would your system still make money if you had to size down to 1 contract, meaning 1 micro? 1 micro. Let me know in the chat, y'all. Would your system still make money if you had to size down? Yeah. Ernie, you're a nut. Melanie, yes, that's what's up. That's what's up. Yes, not as much though. Of course, you wouldn't make much, but your strategy still works, right? That's really what we're focusing on. Of course, if we size down, we ain't making as much. Absolutely, that's definitely the case. But the thing is, as long as your strategy still works, that's cool. Would make my base hit. There you go. That's what's up, Serena. Exactly. Get that base hit, you good, right? So the good thing is for everyone that answered yes, and for the ones that yes applies to your strat, your system, if you can size down 50% today and your strategy will still work, you got a good strategy. You know what I mean? You have a good strategy. That's a good thing. That's a really, really good thing. If you have to size down and your strategy doesn't work, then I would say you need to take a look back at your strategy. Because just because you size down, your strategy should still work. And just always remember, smaller size we have clearer thoughts when we have smaller size, right? Because What makes us have clear thoughts is because this number right here ain't gonna be so big, right? This number right here, it ain't gonna be big. You know what I'm saying? If we go in drawdown. So it, it makes it, it's different if this was showing 600, it makes it somewhat intense for the ones that still haven't been able to turn off emotions. It can do that. So smaller size, clearer thinking. You know what I mean? Like, even like for me, like whether I'm profitable or not, just by me having a smaller size, I know one thing. Well, if it does hit if this does hit my stop loss and it goes against me and I'm not profitable on this trade, at least I haven't taken a big hit in my accounts, right? Because my accounts are already right at about 3 bands, which I'm over the threshold. So I'm right where I really, really, truly need to be. So my accounts could take a couple of licks and I can still get to my payout. Like, I'm not messing up my payout and I'm not messing up my accounts. That's the other part of what allowing us to think clear, right? Because if you guys were in my shoes right now, when you have my set of circumstances, you would feel the same way. You'd be like, I'm good. I'm up. I'm in this trade on 1 micro. No big deal. It hits. It don't. But at least my accounts are still good and I'm still eligible to take that payout. And that's the thing, right? It's strategy and everything. It's not just strategy into entering trades, also strategy on how we use these, how we go about, using the prop firms that we use, because they have rules and you have to make strategies based around the rules. That's how you win. That's why it's very imperative to know the rules of all the prop firms that you're going to, purchase accounts with. Learn the rules and then figure out how your strategy could work in there. And then when you look at their payout, like the rules on their payouts, if there's a max that you can take out, then you want to make sure, I got you, Melanie. I got you. Then you want to make sure that you're implementing you're implementing a strategy that's going to make sense. Like I said, it doesn't make any sense for me to run it up when I'm only can take out $1,000 max on my payouts. That part doesn't bother me. It's just the fact of knowing, like, why run it up? Why have 3, 4, more than $3,000 over the buffer? Like, why? That doesn't really make any sense, because you can't take it all out, right? So you get yourself just kind of like just above where, so when you do take a payout, your account is not going to be in no crazy drawdown. If you, like, after you take your payout and you happen to have a trade that goes against you, your account can still take that blow. Once again, it's protecting your accounts, protecting your capital. It's all a part of that. Now, if you had some rules on your payouts where your max was $3,000 per payout, then of course you would want to run it up a little bit more if you could, if you're trying to get that max payout. But let's be honest, on $1,000 max payout, that's really not a lot of money. So that's something that was very doable. That's why I went with the account. Because I was like, you know what? After I read the rules, I was like, you know what? I can make this work. I really, really can make this work because it's doable. It's nothing crazy. The rules ain't far-fetched. Nothing like that. So with that said, there it is. Yeah, so look like this one probably gonna go against us. It is what it is. I ain't sweating it. I'm not sweating it at all. That's what it looks like. What I'm looking at, I'm seeing this price hit this reversal zone and it reversed, and it's pretty much kind of doing a little bit of ranging right now. But we'll see, because I can't predict the future. I just said what it looked like. So we'll jump back to question of the day. And so once again, if you had the size down by 50% and your strategy would still work, you know what I mean? You're good. Your strategy is good. That's what's important. That's what's important. So Serena, you still in longs? Still holding? I'm assuming you are, but I don't want to assume. And Let's jump here. I'm assuming you're still long. I decided to wait. D Young, it was too much range going on for me. Hey, man, I commend that. Salute. Like, seriously. Oh, that's what's up, Serena. I thought you were. Salute, D Young. Like, bro, that's rules, right? You're implementing rules. You're implementing discipline. You're implementing trading psychology. Like, that's what's up. Too much ranging going on. I ain't getting in that. That's cool. You know what? Had I showed up prepared, I would already be out this trade. I would have had my 100 that I needed, and I'd have been done. So I wouldn't have still been in this. But once again, that's why I'm gonna reiterate. That's why you always show up to the charts prepared. You always show up prepared. You get ready. Like, I knew what I needed. I knew I needed 100, but I didn't even set it. Like, once you get in your entry, you should be super, super quick and very swift. Like, once your entry hits, boom, set your stop loss first. That's first, in case some crazy candle, lightsaber, wick comes out of nowhere and, does something wild. Like, you want to protect first, right? So once you get in that trade, set your stop loss, set your take profit, and be very quick about that. I wasn't, and that's why I'm still in this trade. I should already be out. So just remember that. Yeah. So let's talk about tip of the day today. Tip of the day today is a good one. It's a good one. And I try to have my question of the day and have our tip of the day. I like them to kind of coincide so we can kind of build on that momentum. Remember, we're here to build a foundation and build on that momentum. So I like those to tip of the day and question of the day. I like them to marry each other because it keeps our talking point going, and hopefully what we're talking about is sticks. Y'all writing it down or taking screenshots, whatever y'all doing, but that's the purpose of like how I structure these. So tip of the day is, which it pretty much marries our question of the day. Tip of the day is, read that. If you can't explain your trade in one sentence, don't take it. And let me explain. So if I had asked you to say, explain your trade to me, and you couldn't tell me like why you're taking this trade, where your entry would be, your stop loss is here, why you're entering it, what's your strategy, and where your take profit is. If you can't explain it your trade in one sentence, then don't take it. That means you will be forcing a trade. So, or you're just jumping in just to be jumping in. So just remember that. If you can't explain your trade in one sentence, don't take it. That's even to yourself. Like to yourself. Like if you can't explain it, like if you can't say it in one sentence, like this entry, this stop loss, this take profit, then don't take it. Period. So no trade, gotcha. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with sitting on your hands. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But yes, so with that said, like a valid thesis would be simple. Like I'm gonna give you an example. Like, I got bullish bias, and I'm targeting a particular high, just for example purposes, right? That would be explaining your trade in one sentence. To give you an example, right? I'm gonna say it again. Like, what trade you taking, or why you taking this trade, or can you explain to me this trade that you took? Well, I have bullish bias, and I'm targeting a prior high for whatever reasons. That would be explaining your trade in one sentence. Then that makes sense. But if you can't do that, then I would advise not to take it. Or something like NQ structure was clear. I mean, the structure was clean, and my bias is clear. That's what's up, Yellow King. What you thinking about opening up? Let me know in the chat. What prop firm? I would recommend TEF. I recommend TEF, but just let me know. But yeah, so going back to what I was stating, been super profitable paper trading. Yeah. How long have you been paper trading? That's good. How long have you been paper trading? Hopefully at least 2 months. At least 2 months. The reason why I said it is because 1 month could be different from the other based on news, based on current events, based on a lot of things going on. I recommend 3. That's why I said at least 2. 3 would be optimal. I mean, anything longer than 3 would be crazy optimal. Yeah, Tifa was going to be my go-to. That's what's up. Yep. There you go. I got a code for that for you whenever you need it. Just let me know. 2 months. 2 months is good. If you can, squeak a little bit more out. Think about it. It's only going to help you. Squeak a little bit more out. And hopefully that strategy that you're trading, you back tested it as well. Going back to at least 3 years. That's always the rule, right? That's the metric rule, right? 3 years on the back testing, at least 2 to 3 months on the demo trading, because your demo trading is forward testing. And then you compare that analysis. So in your demo account, how would you know you're ready? So what I did was, and the way I was taught, our demo accounts, we can start them at any price we want, right? I mean, at any dollar amount we want, right? I started mine at 50K. So when I reached 100K in that account, I was ready. That took me about 4 months to flip it, about 4 months. Yeah, about 4 months to flip it. But I was taking every one of my setups, and I wasn't, like, when I saw the setup, I took it. I wasn't factoring in, of course, I was paying attention to news, but I'm saying I wasn't really factoring in too many biases. When my setup came, I just took it because we're forward testing, right? So your setup should already be based on your confluences and those types of things, right? I just wasn't like putting no bias out there I was like, okay, my setup is there. I'm gonna take it. And I would take it. And like I said, when I hit 100K, then I was like, all right, I'm ready. I flipped the account, I doubled it. So then that's when I went into live trading. And I started on prop firms. I did have a live account. I had put like 2,500 in a live account, 2 or 2,500 into my live Tradegheenyuz account. So yeah, LOL, it's literally behind them. Right. Right. I can push for that 3. 2 months. Yeah. That's what's up. I have been over 2 months, just not comfortable yet. Comfortability is everything. I'll be the first one to tell you. If you're not comfortable, just wait. Ain't no rush. Yeah, don't rush. Don't ever rush. Take your time. I'm going to always tell you, take your time. If you feel you need to demo trade for 6 months, I would never discourage or tell anyone, nah, don't 6 months. That's crazy. That's too long. Nah, that's just more analytics for you. That's more, repetition. Trading is repetitive. That's more of you executing the trades, so you're going to get better at execution. You're going to get better at understanding, my stop loss is better here, or my stop loss is there, so it's too tight, or my stop loss is here, it's too loose. It's going to help you fine tune those things. So I definitely encourage, when you are comfortable, definitely come to the market when you are comfortable, and don't come no sooner than that. So I commend that, D Young. That's what's up. You already using good trading psychology. When you're comfortable, and don't let nothing get you out of it. Think about it. You want to be comfortable, and don't let nothing push you out of that. Period. Like, stick to that, and also keep that trading sentiment. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything is always comfortability. Everything is always when you're ready. You always want to be prepared. Yeah. So remember, before you enter a trade, like, the best thing to do is ask yourself, when I ask you in the tip of the day, if you can't explain your trade in one sentence, don't take it. That's for yourself. That's not it. That's not me checking you or anyone else checking you. Because remember, you're going to be trading by yourself. We're on these charts. We're on these charts by ourselves at sometimes and at some point. So, state your trade thesis to yourself before entering. You know what I mean? And I encourage y'all to do the same. So I want y'all to do me a favor, and let me see here. I think some of y'all did answer. One for me will make a base hit. Yes. Okay. So do this for me. I want y'all to type me a real quick one trade thesis on your trade if you're in a trade, or if you took a trade today. What was your one trade? Just give me a one trade thesis why you took it. Just type me one. I was bullish bias for whatever reason, and I was targeting this level, or whatever it is. One trade thesis. Type it for me in the chat. Let me know one trade thesis for yourself, which is basically what you use, your explanation to yourself of why you took the trade that you took or why you did not take it. Type it in chat for me. Let me know. I'm curious. I want to know. Put that in the chat for me, y'all. And if y'all can, get them likes up for me. Likes are free. Give me them free likes. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. So we can, you know what I'm saying, you can get the notifications and you can be on point with me every morning, because I'm going to be here every day. If the Lord is willing, I'll be here every day. Like we always say, as long as I have a sound mind and an able body, I'm in this seat. As long as I have a sound mind and an able body, I'm in this seat. Bullish bias and double bottom form. Gotcha. NQ longs off 4 hour. Got you. Got you. That's what's up. That's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. That's what's up. So you guys had 2 of you so far. Come on, y'all. It's more than 2 of us. It's more than 2 of us on the stream. Y'all let me know. Type me a one trade thesis. Why you took your trade or why you didn't. Let me know. I'm interested to know. Yeah, and price is just ranging. I see NQ was, I seen NQ was, okay. NQ was BE, was below 8. Oh, gotcha. I'm gonna jump to this so y'all can see this with me. So look at that. Price is flirting. It's flirting with that stop loss. Took a short and hit 2K. Gotcha. Because your price was below EMA. That was your one trade thesis for your trade. Hey, there it is. I ain't mad at that. That's what's up. All of y'all had, for the ones that answered, all y'all had good trade thesis. What you got, Twyla? Bullish bias, double bottom, early morning. Gotcha. So all of those were good. But once again, stop loss of TP I can't see. It's right here. There's my stop loss. There's my entry. And there's my take profit. I'm in a long. Looks like it's coming for us. Oh, good. No entry yet. No clean setups. That's what's up. Stay out. If you don't see no clean, you don't see no clean setup for yourself. Absolutely, stay out. Yep. So it looks like we will be, boom, stop loss hit, no big deal. Loss of 327 in 13 accounts. 10 of those are funded. 3 of them are evals. But guess what? My accounts are still safe. I'm not worried about it, because I use proper risk. It was a blessing. Thank the Lord. It was a blessing that I got in on one micro, right? Even though I would possibly been in on 5. I really appreciate what you said. I really appreciate what you just said, and thank you. And you come. Okay, yes, absolutely, Ann. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, hey, today I paid some bills. The business expense. Remember, we talked about that. It was a business expense today. I paid some bills. But I will say this too. I was unprepared. I didn't come to the charts prepared today. You know what I'm saying? And this right here, I would have got my $100 that I needed for the ones that, if y'all were on and y'all heard me talk about that. Hey, it was, it is what it is. But I paid for not showing up prepared. I paid for showing up unprepared. Excuse me. So, hey, it happens. This is the part of being a trader. That's why it's always important to show up to the charts prepared. If I was prepared and I had my take profit set way beforehand, well, let me say this. If I had placed it when I should have, immediately when I got in a trade and price tapped me in, and I set my stop loss and immediately set my take profit, I would have had my $100. I'd have been out. We would have been talking about something else. But being unprepared, this is what happens. So you use me as an example. Use me as an example to show up on the charts prepared. This was a great example of why when you show up unprepared, you know what I'm saying? Like, this was what happens. No harm, no foul. My accounts are safe. I'm going to take this TP off, that limit order off, and I'm going to close my accounts right here. As you can see, this is one of the evals right here that I'm working on. Bam, log out. I took that on the chin, no problem. You know what I'm saying? This is discipline. I ain't mad. I ain't nothing. It's like whatever. Like, it is what it is. What I can say is, what would be the proper word? Because not being prepared is like not, for me, that's not a good thing. Like, I don't take that lightly. And it's not that I'm in any emotional, like I'm not feeling some kind of way because I know what I did wrong. It's just the simple fact that you know better. It's one of those things where, you know, that little man on the one side, he's telling me, like, you know better than that. Like, you know better than that. So, well, I know better than that. And guess what? I had to suffer for not being prepared. And it happens. You know, what is it? I chalk it up. I took it on the chin. No big deal. As you can see, I logged out, charts up, one and done. I ain't worrying about it. Come back tomorrow. I could still make my $100 profit moving forward and still get to my payout and be good. Took NQ short because open candle was red, target 299, and just hit below my max take. That's what's up. Yeah, absolutely, Serena. Yeah. But it's a part of trading, right? And you win some, you lose some. It's just like life. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, so going back to question of the day, tip of the day today. Once again, if you can't explain your trade in one sentence, don't take it. And that's for yourself. Like, when you go to get in a trade, if you can't, like, prior to getting into a trade, when you see a setup, ask yourself, am I taking my strategy? Is this my strategy? Number one, is this an A+ setup? A+ because the A+ setups are higher probability, right? We want to have not just a setup, but all of our confluences, right? Because when I say setup, I'm meaning not just an entry. I'm meaning setup, meaning your entry, your strategy, the price action that you want, as well as your confluences. That is an A+ setup. That's what I consider an A+ setup. You have all of that, you take the trade. And you just let everything, lie where it's going to lie after that. Because remember, we can't control anything once we're in a trade. It's everything we do before we get into that trade. So immediately when you get into the trade, if you're not using a short or long position tool, when you get into the trade, immediately set your stop loss, immediately set your take profit, because you should already know where that's going to be. You should already know that before you enter the trade. Now, if the trade is going bonkers and you decide, you know what, I'm going to trim my position like y'all saw me do yesterday, and I'm going to let this runner run, that's something you can do that on the fly. That's no problem. There's nothing wrong with that. But you should always still have, before you place your entry, you should already know, I'm going to get out about here. Like, this is my take profit. I'm doing 1-to-1, or I'm targeting this particular level, but it always should be a reason where you're going with your trade. You know what I'm saying? And of course, knowing your stop loss. If you notice, my stop loss wasn't way, way down there. Like, I took a $300-some hit. No big deal. We move on to the next day. I ain't worried at all. Like, y'all see, ain't nothing changed. Like, I'm cool. Seriously. Like, that's how you trade. That's how you trade with no emotions. You poker face every trade, even on a profitable trade. When y'all saw me yesterday, you didn't see me here going, yeah, man, we did that. Nah, it was profitable. Great. Like, I'm happy, but I'm not going to celebrate or, give no whole bunch of emotions to a profitable trade. Just like I'm not going to give a whole bunch of emotions to a non-profitable trade. I'm going to stay kind of like right in the middle and be balanced. Like, you know, like I said, yep, yesterday we did this. We had a good day and we move on to tomorrow, right? Yesterday's gone. It's over. We're here now. Just like today. For me, trading wise, today's over. Got in a trade. I was unprepared. I paid for it. Bam. Trade went against me. Happens. But guess what? I'm already looking to tomorrow. That's pretty much how it is. I'm looking to tomorrow. What we got? Oh, yeah, exactly. Got to be disciplined and you got to keep it cool. You got, like I said, we got to exercise professional acumen and business acumen. You know what I mean? It is what it is. And don't be celebrating your wins. Don't be going crazy when you have, I'm saying when you win a trade, when your trade is profitable. Don't do that. Because when you do that, that same emotion will transcend into the non-profitable trades. You want to train yourself to not have no emotions either way. I ain't saying don't be happy. You're supposed to be happy. Of course. You had a good trade. Nice. You know what I mean? But we're not about to go crazy and do all this extra. Nah, had a good profitable trade. Dope. Now we move into tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And make sure you're journaling that trade. Make sure you're journaling your trades. Like for me, I'll be journaling my trade when I'm done because it's too much for me to do right now. I'm going to do it on my chart. And I don't want to write it down right now because it takes me away from engaging with y'all. But yeah, so I'll be on my chart when the stream ends. I'm going to be on my chart and I'm going to go ahead on and put it in. You know what else I'm going to put? You know what else I'm going to put? You showed up unprepared. I'm going to put everything that happened. You would have had your profitable trade and made your $100 that you needed to meet your payout eligibility, but you showed up unprepared and you did not have your take profit set and you paid for that. I'm going to put that in there. So whenever I go back and look at that, I'm going to remember that day like, oh yeah, I remember that day. I was unprepared and I paid for it. Like it's always just a reflection, right? That's what journals are, right? Think about just a normal, regular journal, right? You just write what goes on in your day in your journal. And every day you just write what goes on. And then you go back and you look at it, you reflect, you learn some things, you remember some things that happen. Being that we're talking about our trading journals, it just keeps an account of everything that happened every day. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, always just be, I use the word stoic. Right. I like that. Only time to celebrate is when the money is in the account. Exactly. Because then you're not celebrating your trade. You're celebrating your payout. You could be like, yeah, I did that. Bank account. Thanks for clarification. In your bank account. You see them payouts, you like, yeah. I deserve a little pat on the back. You know what I mean? Like I did that. Mission accomplished. I was disciplined. I, follow my strategies. I protected my capital. I didn't over leverage. Got to my payout. It's in my bank account. Nice. That's when you celebrate. That's what's up. That's what's up, my brother. That's what's up, my brother. Appreciate that. Appreciate you sharing that because that's very, very true. That is when a celebration does happen. And it's not necessarily mean you celebrate like you having a party, but you pat yourself on the back. Mission accomplished. You let yourself know you did good. For the psychology, we did good. We did good. We got to the bag on this one. And then guess what? You rinse, repeat. Right. That, you know what? Sticking to your strategy. That's what's up, Elevated Veggies. I like that. Sticking to your strategy is a win. Absolutely. And that's how I feel about today. Like the only thing that makes me, the only reason why for me, I won't count it as a win because I did follow my strategy, but I was unprepared. I did not set my take profit immediately, and I paid for that. And I know I'm talking in the stream and all that, but I ain't got no excuses. I ain't making no excuses. Ain't no excuses. Ain't no excuses. So I'm not gonna say, oh well, I was talking and I'm not about to do that. Nah. Ain't no excuses. I know how this goes. Once I entered, I was supposed to set my stop loss as quick as I did and set my take profit level. And then let the trade play out and then get back to business right here with y'all. So ain't no excuses. I ain't about to make none. I ain't got none. I don't live by excuses. So I don't even do that with myself. Period. I'm really, really tough on myself. The ones that know me, they'll tell you like I'm hard on myself. And I believe in being hard on myself. I think that's important. That always keeps me on my toes. I ain't never relaxed. I'm more hard on myself than I am on other people. Usually it's the other way around. Most people are harder on other people than they are on themselves. Let's just be honest. Me, I'm just the opposite. Because I expect perfection. And nothing's perfect. Let me say that. Nothing's perfect, but I expect perfection. Now, am I going to be perfect? Probably not. But long as I get right to that line of perfection, I'm content with that because at least I know I put in the work to be as perfect as possible. You know what I mean? And then that perfection turns into idealism. And I can say, you know what? I did everything that I needed to do. And I ended the day or ended that situation in an ideal perspective. Absolutely. Accountability. That's it. And I always hold myself accountable. I don't have no excuses. Even when a trade copier be messing up. And I know that ain't me, but that's still accountability for me because I'm just not about to make no excuses. It's just what it is. So, you know, the name of the game that we're in is called being a trader. All of these things that we deal with and we have to understand and we work through and we get better at and we, be conscious of, and it's all just to make us better. That's all it is. All of this is just to make us better, to where we're 6 years into our trading career and we can say, you know what? I can check all the boxes now. I do everything. I'm disciplined. I don't over leverage. I don't revenge trade. I don't FOMO. Like pretty soon we'll all get there. I ain't checked all the boxes yet. As y'all can see, I was unprepared. We already know that box ain't checked. Even though that's today, I still was not unprepared. I'm not gonna say I wasn't unprepared today. I was prepared yesterday. No, I want to always be prepared where there's not even that one day that I'm not unprepared. Because preparedness, to me, all of these different things we're talking about, accountability, being prepared, protecting all that stuff is, I look at it from an overall perspective, like you want to do that all the time. Because you can't say you are a certain way if you do it a few times or you do it and then at some one time or two, you don't do, like if you're not consistent in it, you can't say I do this, So right now I have to say like, I didn't show up to I'm not showing up to the charts prepared. And today was a good example because I want to be prepared every day. I want to go through and not miss any day of not being prepared or, not FOMOing, not over leveraging, none of those things, not revenge trading, not managing my risk properly, like none of that stuff. I want to do that, make sure I'm doing that on a consistent basis where I can look back, be real with myself and say, you know what, man, it's been like 8 months. I've been prepared. I haven't over leveraged, like all of those things that we're talking about to say that I've checked all my boxes. When we're putting in time like that, that's when we know we're on our way, period. You know what I'm saying? That's when we know we're on our way. And just to kind of let's just jump back on the chart. If you can see, price is just kind of ranging. This is our opening candle right here. I'm on a 5 minute. This is our opening candle right here. Price ain't really did too much. Even if we jump down to the 1 minute, price ain't really did too much. Opening candle would be right here. This would be our opening candle right here. So price hasn't really done too much. And it's so crazy because I honestly thought, I'm gonna squinch this up just to kind of give y'all, going back to bias, like I just thought with all of this bearish momentum that we would get some upside, but look like what just happened is, this was overnight low. So price just went down and swept that low. So now my bias, I would expect that price would possibly start heading bullish if we're going to have a change of direction and a change of character. That's NQ. That's something NQ likes to do. If you're watching NQ, been watching NQ for a long time, you'll notice like NQ in New York session, it always loves to go and take liquidity from overnight session, the closest liquidity. And the closest liquidity for the open would have been here. This candle right here at my 3:20 a.m. candle. If you're on Eastern time, your 6:20 or 6:19 candle. You know, this is the overnight low right here. So NQ just swept that. So as you can see, look what it did. Now where is it going? It's starting to look like it's starting to get a little bullish momentum. So we'll see. But yeah, but once again, always show up to the charts prepared. I'm glad I was able to show that today. I'm glad I was an example for that. On a non-profitable trade, keep that poker face. You ain't tripping. It ain't no big deal. It's a business expense. I paid some bills today. That's how I look at it. I paid some bills today. Are my accounts safe? Absolutely. Did I protect my capital? Absolutely. Did I live to trade another day? Absolutely. Are my accounts in any kind of jeopardy? Not at all. Nowhere near it. Like that non-profitable trade today, honestly, is like throwing a cup of water in a lake for me. You ain't gonna see no change, no different, no nothing. It ain't gonna even make no difference. You just know you threw a cup of water in a lake, the level never changed. That's pretty much the best analogy I can give on the trade, the non-profitable trade that I had today. It is what it is. I ain't sweating it. No, no harm, no foul. Like I said, I paid bills today. I pay rent. I bought some products. I pay marketing. You know what I mean? Trading is my business. So today was a business expense. No harm, no foul. Business still running. We're not in jeopardy. You know what I mean? We're good. So let's always keep that ideology. Always, keep that way of thinking into our trading, and make sure we're compounding on our way of thinking, meaning like every day we're coming into the market with the same thoughts. Not today, we didn't care about the non-profitable trade, but the next day, if our trade is not profitable, we're going on tilt. We mad, we revenge trading because we pissed off. We trying to go back and we chasing losses. Don't do that. Just take it on the chin. You gotta have some strong feelings in this game. You can't wear your feelings on your shirt sleeve, as we say. You gotta have strong feelings in this game. Strong feelings meaning no feelings. When I say strong feelings meaning being able to overcome inaccuracies when you weren't prepared, those kinds of things. Because you still got to keep a level head, right? Because we still got a business to run. Still got a business to run. When a business loses money, they don't go crazy. They can't. They just got to figure out what they got to do to not lose money again. Use that as an analogy. Keep that in mind. It's very important. Every day you come into the market with the same mindset, because when you do that, you're just compounding your psychology. You're building. Don't build and be doing well on your psychology for, a certain amount of time and then go backwards by going on tilt one day. All that progress you made, you just killed it. So remember, it's very important. Stay on your psychology. You know what I mean? Like, that's first. Without your psychology, your trading it's not gonna take off. It's not gonna go anywhere. It's not gonna, be beneficial to you. Just master your psychology. It starts there. Placing trades is easy. Ain't nothing but some clicks. But master the psychology, coming into the market, being prepared, showing up prepared. Think about when you arrive at your job. No one arrives at their job right when they got to clock in, right? If you clock in at 8, you're not walking in the building at 8 o'clock. You're walking in the building at least by 7:45, right? You want to get there early, whatever it is you need to do to get set up, your station, I don't know, whatever your job entails. And then you just get there, you maybe go put your lunch up or go to your desk or whatever it entails to get going. And then you go to the time clock and you clock in, right? You want to give yourself some time. Make sure you show up on the charts the same way. If market opens at 6:30, don't be jumping on the charts at 6:25. Nah, you should be on the charts honestly at really an hour before in trading, because you want to do your charting. For those that do their charting in the morning. Now, if you do your charting the day before, that's cool, but that's kind of hard because what? You want to do your charting on the most previous price action. So you definitely got to wait close to market open. So jumping on the charts about an hour before, that's probably the best advantageous approach. You get a chance to see what's going on overnight. You can look at some news and see what news is going to be popping for the day. Get everything positioned, get everything ready, get yourself ready. You know what I mean? Take some deep breaths. Go over your rules. You should have your trading rules sitting right beside you. Read your rules. You know, get ready, be prepared. So, you know, with that said, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep that in mind. And anybody got anything for me? Let me see here. Let me get some likes, y'all. Like me up for the ones that haven't. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Let's see here. Without prejudice, I bought $162 worth of. There you go. I like that. Without prejudice. Would you say I bought $162 worth of toilet paper and paper towels for the business? Hey, business expense. I love it. I love it. I love it. Like that's a great way to look at it. That's a great way to look at it. A great way to look at it. There it is. You went to Costco. Grabbed you filled up that basket. You actually got the cart, the little orange push cart. You filled it up with some paper towels and some toilet paper, and went and paid it and took it to the business. Smart. I love it. Somebody asked me for an Apex code. I think that was you, Melanie. Let me get that for you. Let me see. What is it? Let me see here. Where is that? That would be here. Let me see if I can find that for you. See? That's another thing too. Like that's something I should already have set up and be ready for y'all. Not something that I should have to go through and find. That's okay. It's okay. This me just being on my own butt. You know what I'm saying? But actually, oh, I know where it's at. Let's close this out. One sec, Melanie. I'm gonna get that for you right now. I know where I can go get it, but it just lets me know. Actually, let me write that down right now. Get that up on screen. Affiliates. All right, let me go there for you. I got you. Melanie, bam. Get into this account real quick. Boom. Put my two-factor authentication up in here. So how y'all feeling? Anybody? Oh, some of y'all did walk away profitable today. I think some of y'all are still. Some of y'all took long. Some of y'all took some shorts. So who did not have a profitable day today? Who had a non-profitable trade? Anyone who had a I know I saw a lot of y'all made some bread today. That was good. Who had a non-profitable trade today? Here we go. Where you at? Elevated. Elevated, Melanie. Anyone had a non-profitable trade today? Down $34? That's what's up. Like I say that's what's up because it's like, yeah, you managing your risk. Smart. $34. Ain't about to hurt nothing. Ain't about to mess. They ain't about to blow your accounts. You ain't about to be in jeopardy. No trade today. That's what's up, Raider 40. Hey, if you don't see it, you don't see it. I mean, it is what it is. That's for you. That's that Melanie, that's that Apex code. And for let's see here, I think that was for real. Yeah, $34. Like, come on, man. Like, that's what's up. Let me see. That was I don't remember who it was that asked. I'm scrolling through right now. I think that was you, YOLO King. Possibly asked me for, I could be wrong. Whoever that was that asked me for, oh, that's right. That was you, YOLO King, right here. You can scan right here, or you can use the code right here. Tradegheenyuz TEF. Right there. Go and get you a little bit of dough off your accounts. And I recommend, if you're going to copy trade, buy more than one. If you trade in one, you can trade in 5, right? I mean, if it's affordable for you, of course. You know what I mean? Buy more than one. I never trade more than one account. I always buy the max. I don't believe in trading in one account, only because when you're copy trading, you're trading in one account, right? So just trade the max. Like, give yourself an opportunity to win. Yeah, if you blow them, you're blowing that many, but then also too, you got to be ready for that too. But from day one, I always traded the max. That's how I came in the game. So when I was blowing accounts, I was blowing the max. Like in my Apex, I was blowing 20 Apex every time. And I won 20 every time. When I had my Apex PAs and I blew one, I blew 20 every time. Like that's just my thing. I believe if you can trade in one account, you can trade in multiple. But guess what? When I got to them payouts, I was getting to the bag. Oh, that's what's up, Kika Bug. $60. Hey, it's profit. $60 times 10 is 600. $60 times 5 is 300. If you traded $60, made $60 every day for this one trading week at 5 days of a trading week, you made your $300 profit. So don't look at that like, oh, it's just $60. Nah, you made profit. It was profit. 60, 600 is profit. We're not comparing the profit. Of course, 600 is more than 60, but you made profit. You were profitable. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Y'all got anything for me? Y'all got anything for me? For those that haven't like me up. Let me get them free likes. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe. We're going to keep it going. Scale horizontal. Got you. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're getting some consolidation right now. Absolutely. But yeah, good day today. We had a non-profit, I had a trade go against me down like 320 something. We'll just say, call it $330. No harm, no foul. It's part of the game. We ain't gonna win them all. And we live, what's the main point here? We live to trade another day. Accounts are safe. Capital is protected. We're good. Can't ask for more. Can't ask for more. I just got to make sure what, and for all of us as well, show up to the charts prepared. With that said, I want to give a shout out to our co-founders and my brothers at Juvier, Scalp God. Always got to give a shout out to them brothers. Without them, we wouldn't be here. I appreciate all y'all tuning in, especially y'all, my repeat viewers. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for being on this journey with me. We got so much more to do. We just started. Actually, we just jumped on the train. The train ain't really even start moving yet. We ain't even took off. People just, you know what I'm saying? They just jumping on right now. You know what I mean? We loading the train up. So we about to take this to a really, really nice place. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, as long as I have a sound mind and an able body, I'm in this seat for y'all every day. No excuses. And we gonna make this thing rock. We gonna make sure in 3 months' time, I want to see, we should see some progression with everybody on here. You know, I'm giving up a lot of game and a lot of education to keep our psychology together. You know what I'm saying? Because placing trades and all that is easy. That's the easy part. But as long as we keep our psychology intact, keep our rules intact, we are destined for success. So remember that. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all wholeheartedly. Much love to all of y'all. And I'll definitely see y'all tomorrow. Let's get it in. Let's have a good day tomorrow, just like we did today. And we're gonna keep it rocking, man. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Like I said, I love and appreciate y'all. And definitely catch y'all on tomorrow's episode, same time, same bat channel, like they say. All y'all have a blessed day. If you made bread, close them charts. Y'all have a good one.